So I had just changed jobs. I'm a nurse, and I had left a direct patient care working in the hospital and gone to do a more of a program desk kind of a job. But before that, I'd been a new mom. My kids are hitting around 10, 8. I had been a nurse for several years, and I had just over time lost the time I used to spend for myself to do things like exercise and make myself healthy food. And it just kind of felt like a treadmill of get to the next thing. And I never quite uh, carved out the time for myself to improve or go back to the healthy habits I had when I was younger. So many. I love the plate method. I've done a million diets. I used to be kind of a nutrition hobbyist when I was younger, but it's nice because there's no weighing, there's no counting. It's just easy, and so I can keep doing it no matter what. And then the other nice thing is it has all these other benefits I wasn't necessarily expecting. My sleep is improved. In I never thought I'd be a non-snoozer, and I'm a non-snooze button person now. But most importantly, I've made a habit of taking time for myself, and it's really surprising how much that feeds into everything else. I take some time for myself so I don't feel so stressed, so I don't feel the need to eat the sugar, or I take some time for myself and I realize that I'm actually physically tired. And so tonight's the night I need to go to sleep early, and it actually feels okay to do. Like it's funny how it all interconnects. No. I think the thing about Renew is it takes a look at you as a whole person. So I've done, diets where I've had success or exercise regimes where I've had success, but it's all very temporary. And as soon as you stop doing that specific thing, it just kind of falls apart. And I don't know about anybody else, but I don't have the kind of life where I can just fully dedicate myself to a particular diet or a particular extreme way of doing things. And so nothing was ever sustainable before. But what's awesome about Renew is the coaches and the way and the dietitians and the way they work with you. They help you find a way to actually fit this stuff in your actual real life, so that you can actually continue to do it. And it doesn't, and the goal is to make it doable. So it's never going to be this like miserable sacrifice that you're constantly like giving up life to be healthy. Like it's like it can fit in sustainably, and it's nice that there's that individual tailoring for that. Renew is fantastic because it takes a look at every aspect of your life. It has coaches, it has nutritionists, it has it integrates all the different pieces that actually affect your wellness and your health. And it's not just like one size fits all. So they're going to work with you individually to kind of jumpstart your path to health or back to health, or however you wherever you're from, they're going to meet you there, and help you kind of move forward and in a way that actually works for you and is sustainable in your life. So it's a huge boost to kind of just getting off the ground. It's interesting because through the different activities we do, you're reflecting and you're talking with your coach and you're working with the nutritionist on the food, the meal logger app. And what really surprised me is these patterns I'd had for years that I never quite realized what they were from. What Renew did is it actually helped me connect. Okay, I'm extra stressed and I'm extra tired, and now look, I'm not eating, and that's causing me to do X, Y, and Z. Or I don't have the energy to exercise, or now I don't have the energy to make a healthy meal, and I'm just grabbing donuts or whatever. So it's amazing how many years I've had these same patterns, and I didn't realize the source of any of them. So it helped me see myself more clearly in the most like kind and non-judgmental way. They're the sweetest people. So um it was really nice to just have that assistance kind of breaking these patterns that it's really like once you see them, you can't unsee them. But I never would have seen them to begin with. honestly think that it's as good as it can be for people with more serious health conditions. It's actually really fantastic for just like a regular Joe like me who just needs like a boost to kind of get jump back into like who I know I can be, but I was losing track of that. So I don't know. It's great for anybody who needs a jump start. So honestly, I loved the coaching and I loved the nutrition feedback. So you get a weekly meeting with a coach and you set goals and you work towards different pieces of your health journey and figuring out patterns and things that I've talked about. And then you also enter everything you eat into the meal logger, and it's fantastic because you get this real time feedback from a nutritionist, a real nutritionist, and they tell you not just like yay or nay, like that food was good, that food was bad, but they help you think about why, what about this was beneficial or what could have improved, or maybe in the context of what's going on today. Like today, I didn't get any sleep and suddenly I'm reaching for 20 donuts. Why is that? Like, you know, it's nice that the personal interaction. And then the other nice thing about the coaching is it helps keep you accountable. So I can sit down and say to myself, I'm going to exercise this week. But the only person who I disappoint if I don't do that is myself. Like, and I've learned that that's worth caring about too. But to get started, it's nice to have the accountability of the coach. The big thing that jumps out to me is that you can do it. Like I made that change from working as a nurse at bedside to working in an office, and I thought that was my big opportunity. But having done it, I know I could have done it when I was at bedside. And I think the nice thing about it is it's designed so that you can at any point. And so I think if you're thinking about it, then it means you should give it a try. Honestly, because I spent a long time thinking about it and I wish I would have just done it earlier, because then I'd be further ahead now and I'd be happier earlier. So there it is.